Yo, this is Mark from the Rain Cave, and here are 3 great ways to come up with an idea for your story, book, novel, screenplay. First way that you can come up with ideas for your story is word association. One person who did this a lot was Ray Bradbury. And while Ray Bradbury was the author of Fahrenheit 451, he was able to produce a lot of short stories. And this was his method in order to do that. What he did was write down a list of words one by one on a Word document or on a piece of paper. Simple words like red, ball, beach. List off about 20 or so words. And then he would pick one word that he would focus on, and then he'd try to write a short story based off that one word, or at least like 1,000 words or a paragraph, and kind of see where it went. Say he starts with the word red. He could say, I had a pair of red shoes when I was a kid, and kind of keep going off of that. Eventually, he said he found an idea, and he would just roll with that, which is one thing about an idea. It's not going to be the end all be all. That's allowing you to get words on a page so that you can therefore edit that later on as well. Another way to get ideas is to basically just sit there and try to think of things to write. A lot of writers will take an hour out of their day to think about the ideas that they want to execute on. They just sit in a chair and they have a piece of paper in front of them and sit and think and jot down whatever ideas come to mind. David Lynch would call this fishing for ideas. He would just sit in a chair, smoke cigarettes, and think of ideas that he could try to execute on. Some writers take an hour, some writers take different periods of time. If you're a writer who's working at a full-time job, throughout the day, you're gonna have like 15-minute breaks here and there. Take 15 minutes, jot down as many ideas that you can think of, and then that night when you're writing, write down as much as you possibly can about the idea that you have the most excitement about. And then the third way can be just as simple as going onto Instagram, going onto internet for writing prompts. There's a lot of good ones on there, a lot of accounts that could definitely be beneficial to help you with getting something on the page and executing on some sort of idea. It doesn't have to be super involved. It can be very simple. But as long as you can get started based on that, you're headed in the right direction. Then last but not least, don't get hung up on keeping with that original idea. A lot of times writers will start with an idea in their head, and then as they write, it sort of morphs into something else. Let the idea take you off on a different tangent and just keep writing it and see where it takes you. Now get writing.